guys, I am back today with the Traveler's Notebook, and it has just been forever since I've been on YouTube. I have been super busy with my new job, and it has been a lot of long evenings, and I'm tired when I get home, so I really haven't been doing much crafting. So it was really nice today to be able to get into my craft room and do a Traveler's Notebook page. I actually really like doing the Traveler's Notebook pages because I can get a lot done in a quick amount of time. So today I wanted to show you how I'm using this new Lindy's Stamp Gang, and they're called Magicals, and this was in Guten Tag Teal, and it's just a powder, and you sprinkle it all over whatever you're going to be putting the mixed media on, and then you spray it with water, and it looks awesome, and it is totally magical. So I only have one of these, but I really recommend them, and this one is just really pretty. But before I put that down, I did use some clear gesso. It was the Dina Wakley gesso, and it is fantastic. It is the smoothest, creamiest clear gesso ever, and it doesn't change the color of the paper either. So I do have a gesso that I got from Michaels, and it has a bit of grit to it, and it also changed the color of the paper. So if I put it on this pink paper, it would darken the paper, and I really hated that. So when I found the Dina Wakley gesso, it worked super well, and I highly recommend it. I think Ranger, maybe Ranger has one as well, and they're really good too, I've heard. So now I'm taking my Distressed Oxide ink from Tim Holtz in Broken China, and it works perfectly with the color and the Magicals, and I really like this. This is my first Distressed ink or Distressed Oxide pad, so I really enjoy how it goes on the paper, and it just smears really nicely or blends really nicely. So I do really like it, and it's kind of more of a painty like consistency. So I'm pretty excited about that stamp pad, and I think I'm probably going to be buying some more of that particular style of stamp pad for this kind of mixed media things. So now I'm just taking a photo of my daughter. She is holding her brand new ferret, at least at the time it was her brand new ferret. His name is Einstein, and I am just mounting this photo on some white cardstock. I just wanted to have a little bit of separation between the photo and the background. And I'm going to be using all of my die cuts. They're printables from Inky Quill. If you have not seen her channel, which I would be surprised if you hadn't, I will leave the link below. I also leave the information about her Patreon page. This is where I got the printables. So she has a Patreon, and depending on the level of subscriber you are, you can get the printables, or you can get extra videos, things like that. So I'll definitely leave those in the link below. I thought the page was looking a little bit dark, so I wanted to add something to lighten it up a bit. And I find that the Dylusions white ink is probably one of the better white inks. I think if you want something a little more opaque, just a liquidy, a watered down white paint would be perfect, but this does the trick. It just gave a little bit of a shadowing on it, so you can just see a little bit of the different color. So I like how that looks for this particular page. So because I use the gesso, I do want to use both some tape runner adhesive and some liquid adhesive, because with gesso sometimes it gives it a bit of a tooth, and it doesn't always stick very well with the dry adhesive. So I added liquid and the dry adhesive together. That tag also came from one of the Inky Quill cut apart sheets, and I just punched a hole in it. I'm going to get some of this green, kind of thicker twine. I think it was from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to wind that through here, and then you'll see later on where I'm going to use some more of that twine and kind of put it in like a little ball and put it around the page. So you'll see that in a little bit. So I like how that looks, so I'm just going to glue that down with my ATG gun. I'm getting tongue-tied. And now I'm going to be putting these little hexagon shapes, again from Inky Quill, and these I printed on a thicker vellum. It is, I believe, the cardstock vellum from Stampin' Up. And this is also a little doodle printable from Inky Quill. She had this in her last month's printables, I believe, from October. So I'm just doing a little bit of journaling on it. I didn't need a whole lot. And I'm going to use the title or the phrase that is on the tag as my title for this page. So it says Moments Captured Together, and I thought that was perfect because it's of my daughter and her little new friend. And here are just some more doodly things that I cut out, and it was a printable also from Inky Quill. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to glue down those hexagons. So first I decided to take some more of this twine, and I didn't want to use it so thick like this, so I do end up pulling the strands apart. And I'm going to use it like this, but then I think this is a little bit too thick, so I'm going to actually pull more strands apart. And then I'm just going to ball it up and kind of put it up underneath that hexagon just to give it a little bit different look and a little texture, because I used it in the tag below. I wanted to also bring it across the page. So I'm going to do the same and put it under there where that little hexagon is as well. And I really like my fine liner bottle, so in a minute here you're going to see me using that again. That fine liner bottle has Scotch tacky glue in it, and that is perfect to try to get into some little bitty tiny spaces. So you'll see I'll take that tip of the nozzle and get up under that picture, and that works perfect for those little hard to reach places where you're trying to get some glue into. And you can buy the fine liner bottles either online on Amazon, but you can also get them at Hobby Lobby. So if you have Hobby Lobby near you, you can use a 40% off coupon, so it's a perfect way to get a discount. Now I'm just going to staple on the twine on this hexagon, and then I'm going to end up using just some liquid glue to glue everything down. Because it has quite a dark color on the vellum and it's a thicker cardstock vellum, you really couldn't see the liquid glue behind it. Normally with vellum I don't typically use the liquid glue because it tends to curl the vellum and you can see through it, but with this thicker vellum it didn't seem to have a problem. So I'm just taking my Memento Tuxedo black ink and my date roller stamp and just stamping June 2017 in the top right corner. And then to top this off, I'm just going to add some of these kind of iridescent sequins. There's 3 different sizes. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle them across the page. I'm going to do 3 of each size, and I'm going to do 1 size in each area. So I'll do like a small, medium, and large in the hexagon area, 1 section where the tag is, and then the cluster of 3 where the kind of medium small size hexagon is. So I'm just going to put those down, and I don't know if you guys have used sequins a lot, but if you do, you probably have the same problem as I do, is they stick to your fingers and you have all kinds of problems. So I was fighting with it a little bit there, but in the end I just used my finger and a little bit of the Scotch tacky glue to glue the sequins on. So that's pretty much it. I'm just going to finish gluing these on. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please leave those below. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, and then if you click on that little bell icon, you'll get notifications of when my new videos are posted. So hopefully my work schedule will get a little bit better and I'll be able to post more frequently. But until then, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.